Hi guys, trying this again. This is a project share of a Memorial Day pocket letter I made as part of a Facebook group swap run by Misty Blackburn, and I don't remember the full name. It starts off with pocket letters, comma, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'll put it in the link below in the description. So anyway, I did my usual little pocket. I put D because this is for Denina. And it has some washi in the background that had kind of clear stars on a blue, so the paper is red in the background. I put some little piece of leftover trim I had left from over here, which I did front and back, and I put some holographic little stars on there, and there. And I had to put a butterfly on the pocket letter somewhere because I just love them, so there's a little butterfly, and that one, excuse me, was gifted to me by Rosaline from this ampersand that I don't remember when she gave it to me. I think with my entry, her entry to my challenge a while back. Second pocket letter, I had this sticker that said hero because Memorial Day is all about our fallen heroes that died for our freedoms here in the United States of America. So we need to remember our service men and women. Anyway, and then there's some sort of metallic stars that look like that, and a little red and white bow I punched out with a pearl bling and another sticker bling, and then different washi up and down the side. This third pocket, oh, sorry guys, this third pocket is a decoupage napkin. I'm pretty sure they had more than 50 stars in there, but I put stickles all over the stars area of the napkin because that's part of a flag, and of course we have 50 states at the moment. Then a sticker that said freedom. We are very fortunate in this country to have many freedoms. And a holographic bow with a blue pearl again, and some, this is actually ribbon that I had gotten at Michael's this past week. So I just glued some of that on, and that's that one. Going down to the middle, I made a shaker pocket. I cut a piece of paper a little shorter than the rest of the other two so that I could use my fuse tool. And then I put a sticker over top that says United We Stand. And it's a basic red, white, and blue, and red and blue, and then silver star mix. And there's also some little dots in there that are from cutting out corners on some of the red and blue papers that I used. This one over here just has three different types of washi. Two of the red and blue stars, a red and white stripe, and this one that says Land of the Free, Stars and Stripes, America, red, white, and blue, and Freedom, and USA. And then up at the top there's a shiny America and some blingy stars, and then some other sticker bling that I had at the bottom. The pocket over here, I made a rosette out of leftover 6-inch strips of paper that I had. One is from this one. This one is from one I used down in the bottom. I'll show you in a minute. And this one is also from that same type that I used at the bottom. And then I found this white with red and blue striped button. How lucky was that? A little American flag and some silver washi going across just to frame it a little bit. Okay, this corner is a single piece of paper, some pearl bling in the top, some little flags, blue and silver glitter paper. It's like fireworks, and it says remember, and then over in the far corner it says forever. So remember forever, our fallen heroes, and they're both fireworks paper. And then of course I had to put some stickles and some glaze pen on to make them pop and look more like fireworks. And then this bottom middle corner is all about our servicemen. It's their boots, you know, marching overseas or wherever they might be, where they have to fight for our freedom. And it says brave and courage and USA. And the paper is like, it had a flag on it, but with like dirt and blood spatter together. So I didn't use a whole lot of that because, but that's, you know, that's what happens. That's what wars are about, and when they fight for our freedom. So this is a whole, oh, and then I made a very basic, not very involved, red and blue with clear sort of stars, or they might even be starfish, I don't know. But Denina, if you're into beading, they easily come apart so that you can use them again if you want to, or you can use it however you see fit. But that's a purse charm, planer charm, whatever that you can use. And then I threw in a little extra when I made a wand, and I followed how Happily Ella After, all one word, on YouTube did them. It takes 6 cupcake holders, but I had these red and white striped ones and some solid reds, and I used 4 of the red and white striped ones and 2 solid reds, and I cut out, die cut a sort of a scallopy, jaggedy edge circle, and on the back I did the same, and I put 2 littler stars back there, 1 big one in the front, and then I just hot glued on a twine bow. I didn't like it on the straw because of the way it, I don't know, it was down too far or something. I liked it better up underneath the star, so I put the little bow there. And the straw is one I got at Tuesday morning in their patriotic section. I got a pack of red, white, and blue straws. So that is the and I have another one I made, that was my first one, so I was practicing. Anyway, that's the pocket letter share. I will be back another time shortly with the ATCs I have to do for her as well. They will not be Memorial Day themed, and I probably will not be posting any of this until I know that Denina has gotten it. So that might be a little while, like maybe around Memorial Day. Talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi guys, this is Deb. This is part 2 of another video that I had done. And it was a patriotic pocket letter for Denina. I think her last name is Dixon, but don't hold me to that. And she's got a couple other names in between Denina and Dixon. Anyway, the wand I showed you before is not what I'm going to send her. I made another one, and I changed it up a little bit to make it more my own, so I didn't just use Happily Ella After's, I think that's who it was, style. I did use the fringe on the on these, but what I did is I put 2 together, and then I put doilies in between because I didn't like the white showing as much in the back. And then I put a blue doily in, and then the straws in between that, and then the blue doily and a red doily, and then 3 or 4 fringed. The doilies are not fringed, so it's actually got like, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 layers. I put the red, white, and blue straw on still, and then what I did is I cut out a glitter paper circle, the blue scallop again, and then the big star, and same on the other side. So it's a little bit different because I put the doilies in between. It gives it more stability, I think, but also I just wasn't happy with the way the whites were showing. So I put some of these in here facing the same, like the opposite direction of the first one, and then vice versa. Anyway, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what I did. So this is her wand for the patriotic theme. That wasn't a requirement, so it's just a little extra. But I didn't put any twine on this one, and I don't know if I'm going to. And then we had another thing going, which was to make 2 ATC cards. One was supposed to be representing a favorite thing or things, and another was to be a place that I've been or that I would like to go to. I have lots of places I'd like to go to, and I couldn't narrow it down to just one, so I did one on where I've been. But anyway, this is one of my favorite things. Y'all know I like butterflies, right? Yeah. So anyway, what I did on this one, it's actually a double card because I took, I think it was this one, Spectrum Noir TN2, and I just went around the back of the card here, but then on the front, I only put it at the edges. Actually, I might have done the whole card because I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to do it. So I actually colored the whole card, but of course that shows through with alcohol markers. So I double layered the ATC, but then I did do the edging on the back. Then this is a piece of graphic 45 paper from the collection Nature Sketchbook. It was one of their cutouts and it had butterflies, so I thought that was appropriate for me. Then I just put some, because of the color scheme there, I put some stickles around the edge of the cardboard cardstock piece, and then I glued on some of this trim of similar color. And then this is butterfly that was gifted to me, 2 butterflies, one in gold and one in the more neutral paper, and then I just put stickles down the middle of the butterfly and put little antennae on, and I put that over one of the butterflies on the paper that I didn't care for as much color wise, but the color scheme went perfectly with it, I thought. So that is the first ATC with butterflies, and then I handmade her somewhere. Hang on. I have lost it. I have lost my handmade butterfly. Darn it. 1 second. He flew away. How could he do that to me? The he's in my life have a... Well, anyway. Oh, here. It's right in front of my little nose. So I made her a paper butterfly just to go with it. It's too big. I mean, it would take up the whole card. So I just, it's the first one I ever made like this. This is based on, well, I had seen Ms. Crafty Girl 42 make them, but she made them based on a tutorial from someone else, but she couldn't remember who. So I went searching and I found one by She Crafts here on YouTube, and there's actually also a downloadable template. So I downloaded the template and I cut it out. This paper is not graphic 45. It is by Teasdale, something Kirby Teasdale. Kirby Teasdale Studio is what it's called, and it's by, I don't know, the Paper Studio, so Hobby Lobby. So yeah, that's my first handmade paper butterfly. I used a little wire to hook it together, and hot glued on one of these crystals, which I either have a glue string on or yeah, it's glue string. Phew, thought maybe I cracked it. Anyway, yeah, hot glue and I just don't seem to do well together. But anyway, that is her butterfly to go with the butterfly card. And then I don't know whether it's a stamp or whether it's me, but I can never get this stamp to work right. And I even tried this one on my We Are Memory Keepers. I don't know if that's what it is. Stamp Perfect, Hampton Arts. Stamp Perfect. Anyway, so, and then I used a glaze pen to write my name, and it smeared, so I had to put this banner over it, and I did use a sparkle glaze pen, and then I just put on these 2 sticker butterflies. So there you have it, handmade just for you by Deb Houck with love for Denina, one of my favorite things, butterflies. One of. I was thinking nature in general, but and that's why I went to Nature Sketchbook, but then I wanted it, I don't know, it just, nothing was fitting together. So then the next one was to be a place that we've either been to or want to go, and my probably favorite vacation other than my fishing vacations to Canada, excuse me, were was to St. Thomas, which I know I've shown before in an About Me with Crystal and Brittany. Okay, but this one I did a little different. On the ATC, I used a stamp. And will I even know which stamp it was? I don't know. Probably not. It was like one stamp out of a whole thing. Oh, here it is. I used this, just this kind of ferny looking stamp. It's by Echo Park, and it's called Watercolor Flowers 4x6 stamp. So it's mostly about spring tulips and all that stuff, but I just used that and I stamped it in 2 different colors of ink. One was like a forest green and one was a lighter green, all over this ATC card in all different directions. And then I took 2 different colors of Distress Oxide inks and I dabbed them all over. One was more, well, I can tell you what they were. Hang on. One was Iced Spruce, which I thought was a little too grayish. I don't know. And then the other one was Broken China, because I wanted the top. I kind of did the spruce part at the bottom, and then I did the Broken China at the top, but I blended more of the Broken China over the spruce too, because I thought the spruce was too blah. So that's how I did the background. Then this little picture in the middle is a real picture of St. Thomas. I had stayed in a villa way back in 2001. That's probably my last week-long vacation other than fishing trips to Canada that I've been having once a year. Anyway, this was the view from our villa that we had rented. There were 4 of us renting the villa. A couple that were fiancé, and my friend Nancy, who passed away last year. And so this is kind of a tribute to her too, and me. And we split the expenses. So we rented the villa for a week. This was our view of, I think it's called Megan Bay. I'm not sure. Megan Bay was there, but I don't know if this was the view of that bay or a different bay. Anyway, I can't remember. But it was beautiful, and we had a swimming pool at the villa, but we tended not to be in the pool much. We were away from the villa except in the evening. Lots of steps, I will say, because to be that high up, to have that beautiful view, you actually drive up above the villa and then walk down lots of steps to get to the villa. And the one thing I kept thinking was, I'm glad I don't have to buy groceries and carry them all the time down to the villa. Anyway, that was a silly thing, but that's how I think. Anyway, so I had these stickers then. This is a sticker here, the yellow part of this flower, and I had this vacation, and it was a blank white, and I put St. Thomas and Paradise, because that's probably about as close to Paradise as I've seen. And that's a sticker, and then this airplane sticker, because we had to fly to get there. And then I had these little buttons, a green one. Oh, and these die cut leaves I had cut out a while back. They were from a punch, I think, but I don't remember what punch. Anyway, yes, I cut them out. So they're a little bit different paper, but they sort of go with the color. And then I had a white button I stuck there. And then I thought, oh gosh, I have pieces of shell beads that I had sitting on my beading table. So I dug through them and I found this almost flat turquoisey piece of shell, and then a little pearl was the only other one that was flat enough that I could fit on there to make it seem more beachy kind of thing. So that's my where I'd like to go again, but have been already, St. Thomas. And I also got to take the ferry to St. John, but I couldn't fit both of them on there. Both were beautiful. I guess my preference was St. Thomas, but I did buy a beach cover-up in St. John that was hand-painted. It was like a white gauze and hand-painted beautiful pink flowers on it. And I have that to this day, and I wear it as a cover-up when I go fishing. So, because I don't go to the beach much, honestly. I have to watch the hot sun. So that's the front of that one, and then on the back, I kept the broken china, distressed it. I had punched out this, actually cut out this square before, and I used a color called Ocean, that I had found in my basement, I think from Stampin' Up, a stamp pad, same stamp. Again, the H is blurry and stuff, so I don't know. And then this is a glaze pen. So handmade just for you, Denina, by me, Deb Hauk, with love. And I just made it look more oceany or sky on the back. So that's it. Those are my project shares for Denina. I hope she likes them. And once I get going on these, I'm okay. But coming up with the initial, what am I going to do? For me, it's just easier to play around with stuff. And that's how things start to come together. So in order to do that, of course, I have to have lots of stuff. So I hope you can see it. There's that one. Here's this one of my favorite things, butterflies and flowers. I love my flowers too. Ooh, I might stick a flower or two on there yet. Haha! See? This is what I do. And then her wand, which I'm going to change out with the other one, which was more like, oops, sorry, more like this one. Much thinner than this is. I like it nice and thick like that. So, yeah. No lace, though. Sorry about that, Denina. So, anyway, these are going out in the mail today. I promised her I'd get them out on Wednesday, which it is. Wednesday, May 24th. So, as soon as I can get these and the other items I have for other people packaged up, I will be doing a mailing today. And then, I just want to real quick give you a glance of something I worked on also today. Oh, I don't know. Should I do it? Yes, I'm going to do it. Real quick. Ta-da! Okay, that's it. I will show that in more detail on another video later. Bye!